Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on how Ronald Lamola, who is the Minister of DIRCO, DIRCO standing for the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, how they have failed to get a better tariff rate from the United States. Now, as most of you know, South Africa got hit with a 30% tariff from the United States, and we had 4 months to negotiate a better rate. Yes, that's right. This announcement was made by Donald Trump on the 2nd of April, and here we are, and we still have a 30% tariff increase. Now, the deadline was last week. They did not manage to meet that, and of course now Ronald Lamola will blame everybody except himself, his department, and his political party. Now, it's important to note that Botswana, who was hit with a 37% tariff rate, has managed to reduce their tariff rate to 15%. So started 37%, ended with 15%. South Africa started with 30%, and at the moment we still have 30%. So what's the difference? Well, maybe because Botswana has got competent politicians and ministers and departments and political parties that can assist them to get a deal. Now, what's important to note is that Ronald Lamola has got some wild accusations that has been leveled against him over the years, but I just wanted to refresh your memory because this is the minister that is supposed to be discussing better tariff rates with the Americans. Now, once you go through this sheet of allegations, please tell me whether you would like to negotiate with him or not. Alright, so I'm just going to read the headlines. Disrupting ANC meetings and undermining party leadership. That was in 2011. Interfering in prosecutions for political gain. Yeah. Allowing an anti-corruption body to collapse. Mishandling corruption probes via his former law firm. Bias and moral inconsistency in foreign policy statements, prior knowledge of the Hamas attack, failing to support exporters amid US tariffs, involvement in high-level corruption and drug trafficking, spreading misinformation on DRC conflict, contempt of court in parole opposition, guilt by association with corrupt officials, ineffective counter-corruption efforts. All of these are just allegations, but in essence, that is who Ronald Lamola is seen to be to the rest of the world when you do a very quick Google search. Now, Ronald Lamola came out on the 4th of August and had a press briefing about what they are doing with regards to these tariffs that the United States have imposed and whether they are negotiating better rates, and eventually just ended up blaming everybody but himself or his department or his political party. So I'm going to show this video to you, and then I'm just going to give commentary as we do this, all right?
And as Minister Tawe has said, we are not in the sprint or game of political scoring.
Yeah, I wish you were, because then at least you get things done a lot quicker.
We have seen the political parties doing cheap political scoring on this matter that involves the lives of our people.
It's amazing how it's always the lives of their people when they are the ones that messed up. Don't you find it funny? Like when things are going good for the ministers and for the politicians, then there's no mention of the people because the people always just suffer. But the moment they are in the spotlight for failing, then it's always like, oh, it's somebody else's fault and they're not putting the interest of our people first. Well, you're the minister and you failed miserably. You had 4 months to negotiate, and here we are. We are now 2 days away from literally being implemented after you've already missed the deadline, and you want to blame everybody but yourself.
Particularly some of the partners in the GNU, which does undermine this process. Because our view is that when you are dealing with such complex issues, all South Africans should speak in one voice. In the national...
I love that. So because another nation is imposing tariffs on us, now all of us need to start lying and singing the praises of this government and saying, oh no, United States, don't put these tariffs on us because our government is so fantastic, and all of us are like kumbayaing into the sunset here. Like, I mean, how stupid are you? You guys are failing time and time again for the last 31 years, And you now suddenly want us to just act like nothing's wrong in this country so that we can get the best rate possible. So in essence, you're asking us to do the hard work, and you, the government that has failed us for the last 31 years, you want to get another pass and let the public lie on your behalf. Sack!
Interest, whether opposition or in the GNU or in government or outside government or NGO or in business, we must all speak in one voice to promote the national interests of South Africa.
The national interest is that the ANC needs to die a very quick death because it is not the future of South Africa. The ANC, in actual fact, has stolen 3 decades from South Africa. Because if it was not for the ANC and if another political party came in 1994, this country would arguably be a first world nation right now. But according to everything, from any statistic that you want to look at it, South Africa is worse off now than what we were in 1994.
Because if there are any implications, all South Africans will be impacted.
Yeah, and it's because of you. It's because of you, firstly, as the minister. It's because of your department, and it's because of the ANC, and it's because of the GNU today, but for the last 30 years, it's because of the ANC government.
So we all have a responsibility and a duty to protect and promote the national interests of the country.
Yeah, it's only whenever it suits your agenda, right? But whenever everything is going all right and you aren't implicated in any dodgy stuff, then you forget about the people very quickly. I just wanted to point out, because he's time and time again said, we're trying to negotiate, but it's the other political parties and it's the civil rights organizations like AfriForum and Solidariteit and all these people that are causing headaches. No, the United States has made it very clear who's to blame for this. And I can't make it any clearer. They are saying that they are willing to open discussions with you if you address the following 4 points. The classification of farmer tax as a priority crime. A clear and unequivocal public condemnation by the ANC of kill the boer, kill the farmer. No land expropriation without fair market compensation. And the exemption of US entities from all black economic empowerment BEE requirements. That's right. 4 things. 4 things that the United States require in order for us to renegotiate our tariff rates and get favorable rates from the United States. These 4 things, it's not the end of the world. In actual fact, 3 of them is very, very easy. It's just adhere to what is considered decent in the world. Stop singing kill the boer, kill the farmer, condemn it. Protect farmers, because ultimately farmers feed the nation. And then broad-based black economic empowerment, stop racializing things and just implement it as easy as possible. And then just pay people a fair market price for the property that you want to expropriate. Those aren't hard things for a democracy, a liberal democracy with the free market economy. It's not hard to implement those things. But for some reason, Ronald Lamola and DIRCO and the ANC just cannot fathom how that is possible. So, of course, in typical ANC fashion, now it is AfriForum, now it's Solidariteit, now it's Vryheidsfront Plus, it's the DA, it's everybody else except the ANC. And whenever they get to this point, it's like, what about the poor people? What about the poor people? What have you done in the last 31 years for the poorest of the poor? Like I've said many times on my videos, the unemployment rate now is higher than when we started this democracy. The murder rate is higher now than what it was when we started democracy. At what point do we go, you are the problem? You can try and deny it for as long as possible. And of course, you've got most of the mainstream media in your bag to try and spread this lie. But ultimately, unlike mainstream media that's been lying over the last 4 months, and you that has been lying over the last 4 months, South Africans know what is actually true here. It is because of your incompetence that you can't negotiate better rates because you want communist policies in a liberal democracy in South Africa. And it's never ever going to work. And unfortunately, because of your stubbornness, your arrogance, most of the people that are going to lose their jobs are specifically the people that you talk about and saying that we need to protect these individuals and we need to stand behind them. You're not doing that. You are failing South Africa. You are failing this nation because of your gross incompetence. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash the like button. Please be sure to subscribe. Please be sure to share this video far and wide. And if you enjoy my content and you enjoy this channel, then please consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking the join button below. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Till later, cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre.